So the Atlanta Fire, 8 for 1, 2.2 overs, 2.3 overs now completed. Sonny Patel for the Atlanta Lightning has kept things quite tidy so far. Stephen Taylor has been able to get away, and there again looking to cut. Doesn't go to plan. It's been a fine start this for the Atlanta Lightning. Quite pleased with how things have gone, getting an early wicket. Keeping a player like Stephen Taylor, the US international, who's played cricket all around the country and all around the world. 3 of 13 deliveries. Not many times you'll see Stephen Taylor with those numbers. Down the ground by Taylor. And we'll pick up 4. So, wonderful shot off the back foot from Stephen Taylor. Very powerful player. Able to just hang back on the back foot, slam it down the ground. And a much needed boundary early on for the Atlanta Fire.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Hello?
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
49 for 4. Fani Simhadri has bowled a good over here so far. The Atlanta Fire have not been able to really build anything. .50 comes up eventually for the Atlanta Fire. It's been a much more difficult journey than I'm sure they would have hoped, having lost 4 wickets into the 11th over. Lightning have certainly done their job with the ball. Such a potent bowling attack. We've seen so many different bowling options used. Sunny Patel, Junaid Siddiqui, Soeb Tai, Mark Parchment, and now Simhadri. So another over comes to an end. The 11th is done. It's 50 for 4. So Soeb Tai has been just about unplayable, and he continues to be so here. Straight back to him. Good stuff this from Soeb Tai. 1 for 3 into his final over. Brilliant stuff this. Hanchard Hamilton and Paul Palmer out in the middle. Such a deep batting lineup here, sported by the Atlanta Fire. And looking to break free. Loose shot in the end from Hanchard Hamilton. He's trying to make something happen. Runs have not been easy to come by here at all for the Atlanta Fire. Another good delivery from Soeb Tai. And there we go. Soeb Tai has been absolutely brilliant. And he cleans up Hanchard Hamilton. It's a wicket maiden. And the second wicket for Soeb Tai, the fifth one down for the Atlanta Fire. It is all going the way for the men in blue and yellow as Hamilton departs for 8 and Soeb Tai 4 overs, 2 wickets for just 3 runs conceded. What a bit of bowling figures for him. As we take another look here, Hanchard Hamilton was restricted all over, and then a beauty of a delivery going right through his defenses. And the Atlanta Lightning pick up a 5th wicket. And it's a man who would have played with the Lightning in the past, Hanchard Hamilton, who departs. So Zia Shazad walks out to the middle. And I mentioned that deep batting lineup. It's not too often you'll probably see Zia Shazad batting at number 7, at least not in minor league cricket. We see him a lot of times, but much earlier for the Grizzlies over in the West, has made the trip down south to join the Atlanta Fire for this season. It's Junaid Siddiqui, Canadian international. Zia Shazad will get a single. We'll get Paul Palmer back on strike. As deep as that batting lineup is, the options are beginning to dwindle here with 5 wickets down. Worked away again from Paul Palmer. He'll hustle back for 2. So good bit of running there. They'll need it. Will the Atlanta Fire need to find runs any way they can. Works away another single. So at the end of 13, it's 55 for 5. So Akil Posa given the ball here for the Atlanta Lightning and almost contradicting the deep batting lineup from the Fire is the amount of bowling options on display for the Lightning. So it's really an interesting contest, this. A side that has a depth of batting quality in the form of Atlanta Fire coming up against a very impressive bowling attack in the Atlanta Lightning. And you've got to say, so far, it's been the Lightning who have really controlled things here so far. Posa now the 6th bowler being used by the Lightning. Playing a miss from Palmer. Through it goes to Mukchan. Coming up to the young Akil Posa behind the stumps is Chand, and was looking for a slug sweep was Paul Palmer. Swung away again from Palmer straight to the fielder. Will be just one. We'll get Zia Shazad back on strike. Talented young pacer is Akil Posa. Zia Shazad just trying to get himself settled in right. Maybe some debris on the pitch of some sort. Down the ground from Zia Shazad. Will be just one. 57 on the board for the Atlanta Fire. A huge contest this in terms of the overall landscape of the South. One that's getting a fair bit of height from on Paul Palmer. Again, was looking for that slog sweep kind of shot. It's very windy, so things perhaps being brought by the wind onto the pitch that the batters have to get out of the way. You can see just on the shirts of the players, and maybe some of those trees in the back. It's been quite windy, storm-like conditions. We saw the rain earlier. Hopefully the only lightning we get anytime soon is the fielding side. So a good over from Akil Posa. Just 2 runs from it. It's 57 for 5 after 14.
Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tyke Real Estate presents the 4th annual Atlanta Open T20 October 8th through 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. For more information, visit AtlantaOpenT20.com.
Both sides here will be looking for some points. Identical records. Having played 3, winning 1 and lost 2, so much needed points here available for one of these sides. Who will be able to grab it? I've seen good stuff from Baltimore, who currently top the table. They've played a fair bit of games off the Baltimore Royals. Morrisville as well. Always a competitive division is the South. Maybe not as much teams as, say, the Central that has 8, but is usually very hotly contested among those 6 teams. And that one thing that can perhaps throw a wrench into plans in the South is certainly the weather, which can always complicate things a bit, especially this time of year, with some of the weather conditions that we tend to have in the South. Zia Shazad looking to go big, running away to the boundary. Work here to be done. They get through for 2 in the end, so Zia Shazad and Paul Palmer will have a lot of work to do. We get into maybe the tail end after this, the likes of Corne Dry, Amila Aponzo can certainly bat, but the Fire will be looking for Zia Shazad and Paul Palmer to pile on the runs here. So Sunny Patel, the captain, completes a good over. 2 runs from it, it's 59 for 5. So Posa will continue, the young Akil Posa. 2 runs conceded from his first over. Palmer sweeps this one away. Protection out there, bit of a fumble. But it only leads to 1. Thinking of 2 off the misfield. We always say misfields can quite complicate things when it comes to running out to the middle at times. One that's holding up in the surface. Worked away by Shazad. Palmer comes back onto strike. And again, looking to play that shot is Paul Palmer. We've seen it on a number of occasions, particularly off of Akil Posa. Just another one that ends up going through to Unmuk Chan. Runs have been difficult here for the Atlanta Fire. Haven't seen a huge amount of runs being put up here throughout the season. This one in the air from Paul Palmer. It's a good shot. It's a very good shot from Paul Palmer. Goes straight down the ground for 6. And one that the Atlanta Fire really need. Paul Palmer is a quality batter. And he's capable of pulling off some shots like that. Very powerful as well. Even though he's much more of a stroke player, when he gets going, when he sticks around for enough time, he's certainly capable of pulling out shots like that. Cut away now from Palmer. They'll hustle through. So very good running between the wickets from Paul Palmer and Zia Shazad. Big over this, considering what we've seen throughout the innings. It's gone for 10 from Akil Posa. One of the better overs we've seen all innings for the Atlanta Fire, and they've still got a ball to go. And with 25 deliveries remaining, you feel now is perhaps go time for the Atlanta Fire, particularly Paul Palmer, who's been out there for 21 deliveries. Oh, very nicely played. Very nicely played. I mentioned he's more of a stroke player as Paul Palmer. And he's so good at being able to maneuver the field and just work the ball along the ground as delicately as you like. And he picks up another boundary. It's a big over for the Atlanta Fire. 14 runs coming from it. Thanks to this. Easy as you like from Paul Palmer. Running away for 4. 73 for 5 after 16. So Sonny continues. He's into his final over here as the Lightning skipper Sonny Patel making the switch from the runners-up of last season, the Somerset Cavaliers, a big addition for this Lightning lineup, and let alone to come in and lead the side for 2024. He's a complete player. Is Sonny, can do it all. Pulled away from Paul Palmer. And he goes away to the boundary. Unmuk Chand and Sonny Patel clearly not happy maybe with the effort out on the boundary, which allowed that ball to race away for 4. So Paul Palmer is beginning to really open up here. He's up to 27 of 23 deliveries, but you look at maybe his last 4 or 5 deliveries, he's really been able to find the fence. We saw a 6 and a 4 in the previous over. And now a boundary here again. Cut away from Paul Palmer, finds the gap. My goodness, the precision in that from Paul Palmer. Goes away for 4 more. And what an innings he's playing here for the Atlanta Fire. Given some width, and again, just very delicate is Paul Palmer, bisecting those 2 fielders perfectly. And runs away to the boundary. And now a single to get Shazad back on strike. Slapped away from Zia Shazad. Get another single. So another good over for the Atlanta Fire. Look at T20 cricket, and this stage of the game always favors the batters, even though wickets may fall and even though there may not be a lot of runs on the board. Batters always look to target these last few overs. Palmer into the leg side again. We'll get a single, but we'll keep the strike here with Paul Palmer. And he's certainly the in-form man at the moment for the Atlanta Fire out in the middle. 85 for 5 after 17. So Fani Simhadri, 2 overs for 5. Will probably bowl the 18th and final. Well, he'll certainly be bowling the 18th. Operating here to Paul Palmer. Nicely worked away. A poor delivery really from Simhadri. Down the leg side. And too easy for Paul Palmer. Picks up another boundary. And not one that Simhadri will want to look back on. He's such a good player as Paul Palmer. Seen him a lot on the East, playing in New York and New Jersey a lot. Now down here in Atlanta. Well, a bit of fortune now. In fact, no, he's been cleaned up, so it was difficult to see there for a second. I thought he had gotten maybe an inside edge or something and it raced away. Instead, it clipped the stumps. So Simhadri removes Paul Palmer. After being hit for a boundary, he strikes back brilliantly. What a ball from Fani Simhadri. He's a wicket taker. We know that for sure throughout his minor league career. Who could forget that 2022 season? And he does it again here, cleaning up Paul Palmer, getting a big wicket. Because Paul Palmer was certainly the man who could take this game away from the Lightning. He's got to go. It's 89 for 6. So Simhadri getting the big wicket of Palmer. Will now come into Mohammad Shaifuddin. Coming down the track, unable to make a connection. Taken on the pad. Simhadri asking the question. Not out, says the umpire. Atlanta Fire will not be pleased with Paul Palmer being back in the dugout, that's for sure. He was really getting in a good rhythm, was beginning to time the ball nicely, find those gaps. Playing a miss here again from Shaifuddin, so brilliant stuff from Fani Simhadri. We know how good he is towards the back end of an innings. There's a reason he's been kept 2 overs right at the end. It's pretty much the norm if you're playing in a side with Fani Simhadri to make sure he's got enough overs for the death overs. Shaifuddin looking to sweep. Doesn't make contact, gets struck on the body. So a good over from Fani Simhadri. Even though he went for a boundary, he came back, he got the wicket of Paul Palmer. And Shaifuddin unable to get any runs. So 89 for 6 after 18. 2 overs to go here in Atlanta.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Junaid Siddiqui, 3 overs, none for 19. Will bowl the penultimate over here for the Atlanta Lightning. Starts off with a wide here, coming around the wicket to Zia Shazad. Switches back to over. Looking to heave away into the leg side is Zia Shazad. Get a Shaifuddin back on strike. Mohammad Shaifuddin, of course, would have played for Bangladesh at the international level. Finds himself here in minor league cricket playing for the Atlanta Fire. Big addition, certainly. I'm sure we'll see him with the ball. Got good variations as well. There's Shaifuddin, and I'm sure we'll like how conditions are here in Atlanta. Will certainly suit his bowling style, I feel. For now, here he is with the bat, and he's looking to go unorthodox. Wide is the call by the umpire, and they'll get some more added onto that. We'll get Zia Shazad back onto strike. So Junaid Siddiqui has struggled a bit here in terms of his line. Couple of wides now conceded already. Going big again is Zia Shazad, taken on the pad but not out, says the umpire. Slog sweep has seemingly been the shot of choice for the batters. We saw Paul Palmer attempt it a couple of times. Zia Shazad has now attempted it a couple of times. Wild heave from Zia Shazad, goes nowhere. Works this one away, that'll be 4. So well played from Zia Shazad, adjusted well, and picks up a boundary as they inch closer to this 100 mark here of the Atlanta Fire. Zia Shazad gets this one away to the boundary yet again. Stepping across, and again he's played that. He's attempted to play the shot so many times. He just hasn't been able to get the elevation right. Gets another single, and we'll get Shaifuddin back on strike. In the air, not long enough. So Shaifuddin has to depart. A slow delivery from Junaid Siddiqui. And Shaifuddin looking to tee off. A fair bit of height on it, but not enough distance. And another wicket falls here for the Atlanta Fire. The 7th one goes down right on the edge of the boundary. It's a very well judged catch. You can see the reaction of Akil Posa to tell you how close that was. But in the end, it's a wicket for the Atlanta Lightning. Shaifuddin falls without scoring. It's 98 for 7. So Kone Dry comes to the middle at number 9 for the Fire. 7 deliveries remaining. He's got to get going quickly here. There's Kone Dry. Junaid Siddiqui has 1 ball left in the 19th over. Dry looking to get off the mark right away. Direct hit. What a bit of fielding that is. And they were looking to pinch a run, but a brilliant throw. And exactly what the Atlanta Lightning wanted to see. A really exceptional bit of fielding, and they just continue to take wickets here. Zia Shazad has to depart. As we look back at this, Cornet Dry, hit and run. It was always going to be a sharp single. And the direct hit was well short of his ground there, Zia Shazad. And so another wicket falls. Shazad departs for 11. It's 98 for 8. So away to the boundary. 4 more here. Cornet Dry starts off the final over in very unorthodox fashion, but very cleverly played nonetheless. The switch hit was a low full toss from Simhadri. 2 for 13 so far from 3.1 overs from Fani Simhadri. And as good as figures as those are, always difficult bowling a final over. Peach of a delivery there. Cornet Dry in position to go big. Had to adjust. Got nothing in the end. You know, that's what Simhadri is capable of doing. His change-ups, his variations, and then not to mention that left arm angle just naturally is a bit difficult for batters. As Cornet Dry looks to go big again. 100 would have come up after that boundary from Cornet Dry. With 3 deliveries remaining, we'll see how much in excess of that 100 will the Atlanta Fire get to. Even if they can hit 3 sixes, you probably feel it's not as high as you would have expected. Dry looking to go unorthodox again. It's running away to the boundary. It's just about pulled back in the end. So we'll see if there's any signal on if that came off anything. He's trying to maybe invent runs out of somewhere as Cornet Dry. Stepping across again is Cornet Dry. Hustle through for a single, and it'll get the captain of the Atlanta Fire, Amila Aponzo, will have a chance to swing away off the final ball. And a good delivery from Simhadri. So closes out the innings in great fashion as Simhadri, only a dot ball. And the Atlanta Lightning, I'm sure, will be quite pleased with how things have gone here. They've restricted the Atlanta Fire to just 105 of their 20 overs. Some exceptional bowling, some exceptional fielding from the Atlanta Lightning. If you look at that batting card, it was dominated really by Paul Palmer, 37 of 28, who you feel got out at a very unfortunate time. He was just about looking to tee off, just about looking to find the boundaries, and got out cleaned up by Fani Simhadri. Other than that, there wasn't really many other contributions. We saw 15 from Aksh Dave, and Zia Shazad hung around a bit for 11. But it was pressure right from the start applied by the Atlanta Lightning right away. You look at the top order, they were dismissed quite quickly. Rishi Pandey, Stephen Taylor didn't quite get going. And you look at the bowlers, Soeb Tai. Could you believe it? 4 overs, 1 maiden, 2 for 3. Economy rate of 0.75 has got to be up there in terms of some of the best economy rates or some of the best bowling figures in minor league cricket history. Don't have all the numbers, but Soeb Tai may have certainly put his name near the top of that list. Some contributions as well. Simhadri bowled quite tidy. 4 overs, 2 for 16. Wickets as well for Junaid Siddiqui and Mark Parchment. So 105 posted by the Atlanta Fire in the end. Not the biggest of scores, but we haven't seen a lot of runs here, generally speaking. And the Fire, we know they've got a fair bit of bowlers. The likes of Cornet Dry, Amila Aponzo, Mohammad Shaifuddin, Zia Shazad can all do some damage. But 106 will be required for victory for the Atlanta Lightning. Down the ground by Taylor. And we'll pick up 4. So, wonderful shot off the back foot from Stephen Taylor. Very powerful. And there we go. Soeb Tai has been absolutely brilliant up here throughout the season. This one in the air from Paul Palmer. It's a good shot. It's a very good shot from Paul Palmer. Oh, very nicely played. Very nicely played. I mentioned he's more of a stroke player as Paul Palmer. Player is Sonny, can do it all. Pulled away from Paul Palmer. Cut away from Paul Palmer. Finds the gap. My goodness, the precision. Nicely worked away. A poor delivery. Well, a bit of fortune now. Nowhere. Works this one away. That'll be 4. In the air. Not long enough. Dry looking to get off the mark right away. Direct hit. What?
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So back with the chase. The Atlanta Lightning requiring 106 to win from 20 overs. Not a lot is required. Judging by what we've seen here throughout the tournament, though, the Atlanta Fire will certainly not give up. So Amila Aponzo, the captain of the Atlanta Fire, will start things off. Aaron Chenshu and Soeb Tai out in the middle for the Atlanta Lightning. The young Aaron Chenshu has enjoyed a fair bit of success so far throughout this minor league. Considering we haven't seen a whole lot of runs, got a 23 against the Morrisville Raptors. He looked quite fluent in that innings, even though it didn't last too long. We see one here from Amila Aponzo. In the air, not in control, is Chenshu. They get through for a couple of runs in the end. So Aaron Chenshu picks up 2, and the Atlanta Lightning are off and running. .106 once again is the target score. It was a good bowling display. The bowlers and fielders certainly did their job for the Lightning. We're looking for their batters to do the same, and somewhat of a low total on the board. Probably look to do it in a timely manner. Net run rate, especially in this division, could be very crucial. Again, points up for grabs. 2 very important points up for grabs here for both of these teams. We've seen Morrisville and Baltimore enjoy a fair bit of distance over the 2 Atlanta sides and the 2 Florida sides. Royals on 8 and Morrisville on 6, I believe. As we see a very tidy start from Amila Aponzo. 2 runs from the first over. It's 2 for So the Baltimore Royals on 8 points, Morrisville on 6. And these 2 sides locked in battle here. The Fire and Lightning find themselves on 2. So it's a quite comfortable gap for Baltimore and Morrisville. Very important contest this. It'll be one of these sides with the opportunity of a lifetime to close the gap, to get a bit of momentum as well going into the next fixtures. So Mohamed Shaifuddin comes into the attack. Will be bowling to Soeb Tai, who has been a spectator so far throughout the first over. And I mentioned when he was at the crease with Bat Saifuddin that I was very excited to see him on this surface, considering what we've seen so far. Got very good variation. He's really an all-surface type of bowler. He's able to adapt very well to any sort of condition. And he's very experienced. Is Saifuddin, having played at the highest level for Bangladesh. You see him pull out of his run up here. One of many reinforcements coming in here for the Atlanta Fire. We saw Benjamin Kalitz and Stephen Taylor as well coming into the side. Good delivery here from Saifuddin. Soeb Thai, quality all-rounder. We saw how important he was with the ball. Going at less than 1 run and over. 4 overs for 3 runs. 2 wickets as well. It was a brilliant day with the ball for Soeb Thai. Was unplayable. Heaved away into the leg side. Protection out there though. We'll keep it to just a single. So Soeb Thai is off the mark. We'll get things back to the young Aaron Chenshu. Saga Patel, Mark Parchment, Unmuk Chand, also part of this Atlanta Fire lineup. And all 3 of those names that I called are usually names you'll see opening the batting for a long time for this Atlanta Lightning franchise. Saga Patel and Parchment, usually the opening combo, and then Unmuk Chand came later on. And this year, 2 new openers, or 2 new names added to that top order in the form of Aaron Chenshu, who has really been given the opportunities, has really come on, and Soeb Thai, who is a new addition to this Lightning side. So a lot of options, similar to the Atlanta Fire. A lot of batting options. It's just about where do they bat, depending on the situation. I'm sure that can change depending on conditions, depending on opposition. It can certainly change. But it's a good problem to have. It's a good selection headache to have that much quality available in your top order. Speaking of quality, it's been a good over this from Saifuddin. 2 very balanced sides. You look at the Fire and Lightning, both sides that have a fair bit of batters and certainly are no slouches with ball either. We saw the amount of bowling options the Lightning had. Same with the Atlanta Fire. A lot of all-rounders on both of these teams. And one that probably didn't get as much height as Chenshu was expecting. Keeping a bit low. And an awkward way to close out the over. Just 1 run from it. As we have another look here. To go into the surface was Saifuddin, and was looking to pull was Chenshu. Just didn't get enough height. So 3 without loss after the first 2 overs.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Amila comes back, and what a grab that is, that slip. Stephen Taylor, we saw him pull off a stunner for the US at the World Cup, and he's pulled off another stunner here for the Atlanta Fire. A sharp catch, and he makes it look so easy, and that slip Corden is Stephen Taylor. He fields there a lot. He's a specialist fielder, and he's pulled off so many stunners in his career fielding. He's got such good reflexes. And another example here, Amila Aponzo getting the outside edge of Soeb Tai, and Stephen Taylor did the rest in a split second. Have a look at this, and I'm sure you'll be seeing this quite a lot over the course of the weekend. What a grab from Stephen Taylor, the reaction time to pull that off. Incredible. And Soeb Tai has been undone by a brilliant bit of fielding, and exactly what the Atlanta Fire needed. An early wicket, and in some fashion as well, will certainly give them a bit of momentum in the field. And Stephen Taylor, who else would it be? So Amila Aponzo, the captain, with a big strike, removing Soeb Tai, and pressure here early on the Atlanta Lightning. Unmuk Chand walks out to the middle at number 3. Stunning catch from Stephen Taylor. And another one. So Amila Aponzo is causing some damage here to the Lightning batters. Unmuk Chand has come, and Unmuk Chand has got to go. Playing on fast delivery. And what is happening here? Game on, certainly. The Atlanta Fire are fighting back in some style. The captain, Amila Aponzo, leading from the front. Unmuk Chand looking to cut, was too close to cut, you feel. Getting an inside edge. And a huge wicket. Unmuk Chand has to go for a golden duck. It's brilliant stuff, this, from Amila Aponzo. Was assisted by an exceptional bit of fielding, exceptional reflexes from Stephen Taylor. But that one, all credited to the bowler, as Unmuk Chand has to depart. And Prasad Murthy walks to the middle at number 4, facing up to a hat-trick ball from Amila Aponzo. What a start this from the skipper. What a start this from the Atlanta Fire. Making sure all the preparations are set in terms of his field of Aponzo. Pressure is on the Lightning, and Amila Aponzo is on a hat-trick, sensing that pressure. Lots of movement going on in the field. Taylor's got the helmet on, right under the bat. Slip in place. 2 slips in place. What a field this is. Hat-trick ball this for Aponzo. Oh, rising up on Prasad Murthy. Was looking to cut, but he chopped it into the ground, so he was safe. Hat-trick averted. But the pressure is still here on the Atlanta Lightning. And that will not go away in one ball, unlike the hat-trick. It's a fine start this from Amila Aponzo as the field begins to spread out just a little bit more. Taylor goes back to the conventional slip. Into the body is that delivery from Aponzo. So off the mark here is Prasad Murthy. We'll go back to Aaron Chenshu, who has seen a lot unfold from 22 yards away. He's seen his opening partner in Soeb Tai fall, and then Unmuk Chand. The very next delivery. Field continues to be attacking here. We love to see it from the Atlanta Fire. Flighted delivery down the ground from Aaron Chenshu. He picks up a single. Very good stuff from the Atlanta Fire. We haven't seen Corne Dry bowl yet as well, so We'll be quite pleased with how Aponzo has started off. Shaifuddin as well, bowled a tidy over. One coming off the inside edge yet again. So a huge over, a very eventful one. 2 wickets and just 2 runs conceded by Aponzo. 5 for 2 after 3. Walked away nicely here from Chenshu. Shaifuddin continues. Paul Palmer with a bit of work to do. Throw coming in. They're certainly fired up here, the Atlanta Fire. Maybe a bit too fired up on that occasion. The overthrow allowing the batters to come back for a run. Bit of miscommunication. And then there. So maybe a needless run, you could say, conceded there by the Atlanta Fire. Down the leg side. It's a very good take, though, from Hanshard Hamilton. He's a top quality keeper, is Hanshard Hamilton, and you can see him diving away to his left. Always a bit more difficult for keepers, bowling a wide down the leg side. In fact, it wasn't called a wide, so it may have clipped something on its way through. Nonetheless, it went down the leg side, and keepers always having to shuffle across. Good work from Hanshard Hamilton. Better ball from Shaifuddin. The goal here for the Fire, you feel, will have to be continue to take wickets. We saw how effective the Lightning were very clinical in their ability to take wickets. Just when it seemed the partnership was forming, another wicket fell for the Atlanta Fire. They'll be looking to do the same here and do the same to the Atlanta Lightning, as we see a swing and a miss here from Aaron Chenshu. It was a shorter delivery, was looking to pull away. But he's a very crafty bowler, is Mohammad Shaifuddin. Finds the fielder. Again, does Aaron Chenshu. So another tidy over from Shaifuddin. 7 for 2 after 4.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Dry will come into the attack for the Atlanta Fire. It was only a matter of time. Normally opens the bowling, does Cornet Dry, but maybe just conditions more suitable for Aponzo and Shaifuddin to operate early on. Hustle through, so a quick single to start off the fifth. Prasad Murthy getting Aaron Chenshu back on strike. Big shot from Aaron Chenshu, and it's gone a long way back. A huge maximum from Aaron Chenshu. And the first boundary, first shot of authority we've seen in this innings from the Atlanta Lightning. Just that little more pace on the ball. Heaved away into the leg side, all the way for 6. Very good from Aaron Chenshu. Look to capitalize. That bit of momentum goes again. This one looked like it came off the bat even better. And the result stays the same. Back-to-back 6s off the bat of Aaron Chenshu. And he's taking on Courtney Dry here, and he's winning that battle. Again, heaved away into the leg side. Even bigger, even better from Aaron Chenshu. It's how quickly things can change. We saw Amila Aponzo in a couple of deliveries get 2 wickets, and suddenly the Atlanta Fire were on top of things. But now Aaron Chenshu, in just 2 deliveries, hitting a couple of 6s, has put the Atlanta Lightning, relieving some of that pressure. Has probably got the Atlanta Lightning back on track slightly. He looked good. He's looked very good here today, has Aaron Chenshu. Oh, what a response. What a response from Corney Dry. A fast bowler's response, that. They've gotten some help off the surface and getting Chenshu in all sorts of a tangle there. Down the ground. This is lovely from Aaron Chenshu. 6 more. My goodness, he's putting on a show here for the Atlanta Lightning. Corney Dry, one of the top bowlers in the country, is being dismantled here. A couple of 6s into the leg side, and now that one straight down the ground from Aaron Chenshu. And a huge over this, 19 runs from it, thanks to some huge 6s off the bat of Aaron Chenshu. What a response here after a couple of wickets. He's taken matters into his own hands. So final ball coming up here for Corney Dry. Closes the over out well. So current score is Chenshu. It's 26 for 2 after 5, a big over for the Lightning. If you're just joining us, this is what has happened so far. A very good bowling display from the Atlanta Lightning. Look at Soeb Tai. 4 overs, 2 for 3. Wreaking havoc for the Atlanta Lightning. We saw Paul Palmer mount a fight back. Was a big part of the Atlanta Fire, even crossing the 100 mark. A lot has happened throughout the first 5 overs in this chase as well. We saw Amila Aponzo on a hat-trick. But a big over there from Aaron Chenchu has kind of undone that. As Stephen Taylor comes into the attack. He'll be bowling to Prasad Murthy, who's on 3. The exciting Chenchu on 22 at the non-striker's end. So working the single here. It's a promising fight back, promising partnership being built here, dominated by the man on strike now. He'll be coming up against a very experienced Stephen Taylor. The USA international, has been playing for the international side for so many years now. Can't find the gap, is Chenchu. Pulled away again. More runs here for Aaron Chenchu. It's gone away for 4. Short to the lead from Stephen Taylor, going down the leg side. And Aaron Chenchu, in the form he's in, has pounced on just about anything. Another boundary from Aaron Chenchu. First 4 we've seen, he's gone aerial quite a bit. Looking to cut. Through it goes to Hanchard Hamilton. Behind the stumps. Very impressive stuff though so far from Chenchu. Down the ground, adjusted well. Sees the final delivery out. So at the end of the power play, the Atlanta Lightning going at just about what they require. It's 31 for 2. So Zia Shazad in here for the Atlanta Fire. Right at the conclusion of the power play phase. Expect to see a lot of spin used by the Atlanta Fire. Zia Shazad is another one of them. We've seen Aponzo, we've seen Stephen Taylor, and now Zia Shazad. We've seen Shaifuddin as well, and Corne Dry in terms of the seamers. But the wrist spin of Zia Shazad coming into play here against Prasad Murthy. 31 on the board. It's been a tale of 2 halves, though, when you look at this innings. Even though we're only into the 7th over. It was a very promising start from the Atlanta Fire. Cut away from Prasad Murthy. Work to be done here. Gets back at does Kalitz, it seems. So a couple of runs to Prasad Murthy. I mentioned the early double strike from Mila Aponzo, but that's all we've seen from the Atlanta Fire. Since then, it's been the Aaron Chenchu show. 3 sixes and a 4 for him. Murthy cuts this one away. Get another single. So just about what the Atlanta Lightning need. They're going at 5.2. The asking rate is 5.3. So they're going quite nicely here, despite the loss of a couple of wickets. Looking to cut away again is Aaron Chenchu, narrowly missing the edge. Through it goes to Hamilton. Cut away again from Chenchu. Gets another single, so Prasad Murthy will come in to strike. 4 runs from this over so far from Zia Shazad. But they'll need to continue to take wickets. Even though the economy rate is not too bad, they'll need to continue to take wickets. Full toss down the ground goes Murthy. He gets a single. Closes out the 7th over. And the Atlanta Lightning are 36 for 2.
Atlanta Fire Cricket and Tiger Real Estate present the 4th annual Atlanta Open T20 October 8th to 13th in Atlanta, Georgia. For more information, visit AtlantaOpenT20.com.
So Stephen Taylor continues. I mentioned the spin attack on display for the Atlanta Fire. This one is hit down the ground from Prasad Murthy, but straight to Kalitz. We've seen Aponzo, we've seen Stephen Taylor. Zia Shazad as well, and if the spinners continue to do well, we might even see Akshdav later on. As a wide is considered here from Stephen Taylor. Seamers, though, have not had the same returns. We saw Cornet Dry, just the one over for him, went for 19. Onto the pad from Aaron Chenchu. Bit surprised we didn't see another over from Amila Aponzo, considering he got the double strike and hasn't bowled back since. That one has been hammered but taken. A brilliant catch out in the deep. Stephen Taylor gets the wicket. Aaron Chenchu has to go. Looks to be maybe Akshdav who has pulled off an incredible catch. And the 3rd wicket goes down for the Atlanta Lightning. Exactly what the Fire needed. A way back into this game. And exactly the wicket they needed, because it was Aaron Chenchu who was taking this game away from them. On the pull, looking to go big, but just didn't get enough on it. And look at that, a very good catch from Akshdav, running in, pulling out the dive, and Chenchu departs. It's 38 for 3. So Saga Patel comes to the middle. And asking the question here right away. The Atlanta Fire continuing to apply some pressure. They've got themselves back into the game with a big wicket there of Aaron Chenchu. And now we'll look to keep the pressure here on the new man, Patel. Good stuff here from Stephen Taylor. And again, Saga Patel unable to get off the mark. Very good from Taylor. 2 runs and the big wicket of Chenchu, 38 for 3. Shazad is back. Big shot. And it's gone a long way for 6 from Prasad Murthy. Has stuck around for a bit of time. He saw Aaron Chenchu strike it nicely from the other end. He's gone. So now Prasad Murthy taking responsibility, going after Zia Shazad, and executes it quite nicely. A lovely shot down the ground for 6 more. And the Atlanta Lightning continue to get these maximums, continue to get these boundaries. Things can begin to sway in their favor. What's happening here? We've seen the in fact, he's taken a catch. So wicket has fallen. It was seemingly blocked by the replay. Totally would have missed it, but it was a good catch in the end. So Murthy with a 6 and then falling immediately after. It brings out Mark Parchment in at 44 for 4 for the Atlanta Lightning. So no ball called here. The outstretched hand of the umpire signaling Zia Shazad has done something illegal. And the free hit ball coming up. So what a way to start for Mark Parchment. Hammers this one into the offside. Throw came in quite sharply. You can be run out off a free hit. But just one in the end, so not much damage done from the free hit delivery. But nonetheless, Parchment is off the mark. 60 runs required from 68 deliveries, so still probably ahead of where they should be are the Atlanta Lightning. The wickets falling, though, are certainly a bit concerning. Sagar Patel gets this one away. Gets a single. Mark Parchment comes back onto strike. Still a fair bit of way to go here. These two especially could hold the key. Heaved away from Mark Parchment. Well stopped by the fielder. They'll come back for an easy 2. And it closes out the 9th over, 49 for 4, the Atlanta Lightning. So Stephen Taylor will continue 2 overs for 7 as the drizzling here continues in Atlanta. Playing a miss from Sagar Patel. So a good start yet again from Taylor. Has been everywhere in the fields in this second innings. Has taken a good catch at the slip. And almost got his second wicket of the day. Big appeals, though quite confident appeals. But not out, says the umpire in the end. 1 for 7 from 2.2. Defensive is Patel, so good start to this over again from Stephen Taylor. Unfavorable weather conditions continue to tease us here in Atlanta. Pulled away from Sagar Patel. And in the end, just a single. So Parchment on strike. Another dot ball from Taylor. Cut away from Parchment. Out to the fielder. A single. So working things here up slowly are the Atlanta Lightning. Still going at a decent rate, 51 for 4 at the halfway stage. A look at what has happened so far. Aaron Chenshu was looking good on 27. Was undone by a great catch from Akshdavi. Oh! Well, is that spectacular? It is! It's Stephen Taylor again. And it's the combination of Aponzo and Taylor working the magic yet again. The catching has been incredible here from the Atlanta Fire. And Amila Aponzo coming back into the attack. Look at that, Stephen Taylor. You cannot keep this man out of the game. When he's not bowling, when he's not taking the wickets himself, he's doing that in the slips. Leaping up, didn't get it the first time, kept his eyes on it and got it the second time. Stephen Taylor, he's one of the best catchers around, and he's pulled off another brilliant catch as Mark Parchment has to depart. Aponzo with a third. And I'd said earlier it was a bit surprising we didn't see Aponzo continue with a third. Here he comes back and he's got a wicket right away. And it's the big one of Parchment. And Stephen Taylor take a bow for the second time today. Take your pick. I wonder which one our viewers will enjoy more, the first or the second. Either way, it's another wicket for the Atlanta Fire, who continue to stay positive. They continue to apply pressure as the captain, Sunny Patel, walks to the middle and is defensive right away. This is very tidy stuff here from Amila Aponzo. It's captain versus captain here in Atlanta. And the game is well and truly on. The Atlanta Fire not giving up just yet. Ripper from Sunny Patel, looking to play with the back foot, and it just winds him up there. It's a very good ball from Amila Aponzo. Continues to bowl quite well here. This one will get runs, could be leg bys. In fact, to just the one, so it would have come off something, would have come off the bat. In the end, from Sunny Patel. In fact, it is a leg by. Now, the confirmation. Another great delivery from Aponzo. Saga and Sunny. The two S Patels out in the middle, as it'll read on your scorecard. It's Saga that's on strike. Awkward one. It's running away up to the boundary, but not at a very quick pace. So they'll come back for two. $54 for 5 at the end of 11. 2 byes it is. $55 for 5. Stephen Taylor will bowl out into his final over. 1 for 10. with 2 spectacular catches to add to that. Cut away from Sega Patel. Another single, so Sonny will come in to strike. Flight to delivery, but too wide on that occasion from Taylor. 6 extras conceded by the Atlanta Fire in this inning so far. Sonny Patel works this one away. Work to be done here. Outfield not the quickest due to the amount of rain that we've seen. Cut away. Just this rotation of strike will be key. Don't give the wicket away. Always keep the scoreboard moving, but pressure is building here, you feel, from the Atlanta Fire. They've brought that asking rate down tremendously. Or should I say they've brought it up tremendously in the case of the Atlanta Fire. They've brought the current run rate down. Now it's come down to 46 required from 49 deliveries. So the gap between runs required and balls left has gotten slimmer and slimmer over the last couple of overs. Down the ground, but it's been a good over this. It's been a successful over here off of Stephen Taylor. They've just milked the singles throughout the over. 7 runs from it. It's 61 for 5 after 12.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Zia Shazad continues 2 overs, 1 for 16. It's down the ground from Patel. Sega Patel it is. Couple of runs added to his score. So Sega moves up to 7. And it's these two, Sega and Sonny, will have to play a big innings here. Build a good partnership. Good delivery from Zia Shazad. The batting begins to maybe thin out, you feel. Junaid Siddiqui, Akil Posa, Chaitanya Chava, and Simhadri, the batters to come. So they'll certainly hope Sega Patel and Sonny Patel can keep this partnership going. It's been a while since we've seen a boundary as well. Since over number 9 was the last boundary we saw. It was a 6. Struck by Prasad Murthy. So the Atlanta Fire have really come back into this game nicely. They've really defended this total. They've kept themselves in the game. Cut away from Sunny Patel. Sharp single taken. So Sega comes back onto strike. Good delivery. Quicker one from Zia Shazad. Does very well. So a good over from Zia. 3 overs, 1 for 20 from him. The Lightning, 65 for 5. So 65 for 5. 15 overs completed. A lot riding on this game. I mentioned not only is it the rivalry between the two Atlanta sides, the Fire and Lightning. A lot riding on it in terms of standings and points table. We've seen good performances from Baltimore Royals and Morrisville Raptors. One of these sides with the opportunity to put some pressure near the top of the table. Additionally, these sides meet here again tomorrow. Another game between these two, Atlanta Fire and the Atlanta Lightning. A win here for one will certainly give them points and will certainly give them a bit of confidence. They'll hold the edge into tomorrow's game as well. The two big games this weekend in Atlanta. Full toss from Abdullah Quadri, the new bowler, and it's been called a no ball. So not a good start here from Abdullah Quadri. It may have struck Hamilton a bit awkwardly as well, as you see the free hit signal. Not that Hamilton, not Jamar Hamilton, for those that are wondering, who is off at the CPL. Hanchard Hamilton. And there he is, struck a bit awkwardly on the hand. So a free hit ball will come up. Sunny Patel will be the man facing it. It's into the leg side, so yet again, we see a free hit. So often, we see free hits that don't really live up to the expectation. Batter's a free license to go. Can't get dismissed unless you run out. So Sega Patel comes back onto strike here. Abdullah Quadri, the first time we've seen him for today, into the 14th over. Gets this one away. It'll run away to the boundary. So a much needed boundary. It's been a while since we've seen one. And you can see the applause from the Atlanta Lightning camp. They know how important that shot is. Sega Patel. Lovely shot up and over. Oh, has he gotten the edge? Yes, he has. Abdullah Quadri strikes back in some fashion, is hit for a boundary, and then gets the wicket. Immediately thereafter, Sega Patel departs. And it's 71 for 6. So 71 for 6 after 14 overs. Game on here in Atlanta. The Atlanta Fire taking on the Atlanta Lightning, and it's certainly lived up to the rivalry between these two sides. Always two competitive sides every year in the minor league cricket championship. Zia Shazad will finish up. And it's gone straight up in the air. Should be an easy chance, and it's taken. So another wicket falls here. Zia Shazad strikes. Sunny Patel, the captain of the Atlanta Lightning, has to go. And it's 71 for 7. Things beginning to fall apart here for the Lightning. Zia Shazad picks up another wicket. Straight up in the air. And a simple catch. And wickets continue to fall here. The captain departs. And the Lightning in serious trouble here. 71 for 7. So Shazad continues to bowl well. Chaitanya Chava is the new batter in for the Lightning. And things beginning to shift in favor of the Atlanta Fire. Junaid Siddiqui also out in the middle. So two new men at the crease. We saw Sega Patel and Sunny Patel both fall quite quickly, one after the other. And a total restart needed here for the Atlanta Lightning. They'll need that restart quite quickly as well, because the asking rate has gone up now beyond run a ball. So this has been very good bowling here from the Atlanta Fire. Another great delivery from Zia Shazad. He's bowled quite well. 4 overs, 2 for 23 from Zia Shazad. Ends off with a great delivery, 74 for 7 after 15.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
So Abdullah Quadri continues. He got the wicket of Sega Patel. Get a single here taken from Chaitanya Chava. .31 required from 29. That asking rate is going up. And being able to go at 6 and 7 runs and over has proven to be quite difficult today, especially with 7 wickets down for the Atlanta Lightning. They'll need somebody to pull off a special knock here. Playing a miss from Siddiqui. We've seen pace reintroduced after some bit of time when we saw Quadri bowl the 14th over. He had been dominated by spin. Stephen Taylor, Mila Aponzo, Zia Shazad. Aponzo has got 1 remaining. Taylor and Shazad are all out. Could see Shaifuddin continue. Cornet Dry has only got the 1 over he's bowled, so a lot of bowling options still available for the Atlanta Fire here. We didn't see Aksh Dave at all. It was a promising start for the Atlanta Lightning. Some big buildings there. We saw a very big one. It was the over from Cornet Dry that went for 19 off of Aaron Chenshu, and he really led the way. He played a very good knock. It was Aaron Chenshu, just didn't push on. Carved up and over. That's a very good shot from Chaitanya Chava. Picks up a boundary. And one that the Lightning need. They need a couple more as well. Give it a bit of width from Quadri. and carved up and over. It's a very good shot from Chaitanya Chava. Over the infield and away it went for the boundary. 80 for 7 on the board for the Atlanta Lightning. 2 deliveries remaining here. It's back down to a runner ball here. 26 from 26. So the game just changing directions, shifting between the Fire and the Lightning. Who will it go? Who will the points go to in the end? We'll have to wait and see. Still a fair bit to go in this game, and I have a feeling this one is going to go down to the wire. Playing a miss from Chava, and through it goes to Hanchard Hamilton. The last time he was struck for a boundary prior to this over, he got a wicket. Not the case this time. So Chaitanya Chava, saw a good looking shot from him not too long ago. Faces up. Final delivery after 16th over. 26 to win from 25. Quadri, slower delivery. Does well. They'll get a single. Are they going to come back? No, they don't. So just the single. Chava will retain the strike. 7 runs coming from it. They need 25 to win from the final 4. 81 for 7. Aponzo will bowl out 3 for 4. He's rivaling Soeb Tai in terms of how good his bowling figures can end up. We saw a brilliant bit of bowling from Soeb Tai. Aponzo is doing the same, and another good delivery there. In terms of wickets, Aponzo has already won that battle with Soeb Tai. Soeb Tai got 2. Aponzo getting 3. In the air from Chaitanya Chava will get a single. You've got to say the win predictor, if we were to have a live win predictor here, might be in favor of the Atlanta Fire, depending on the algorithm. Because the raw numbers might tell you the Atlanta Lightning are doing quite well, 24 from 21. But when you look at it in the actual context of the game, the Atlanta Fire are certainly on top of things. How quickly, though, that could change. 1 big hit, 2 big hits, and suddenly the Atlanta Lightning are back in the game or back in control of the game. 1 wicket and the Atlanta Fire can keep on the pressure. Margin of error is so small in the air from Chava, but doesn't really go anywhere. So Junaid Siddiqui comes back onto strike. Final ball of the 17th over. They've gotten through their overs quite quickly as well, have the Atlanta Fire, due to the amount of spin that we've seen. Paddled away nicely. Will fetch some runs here. Fielder comes around in the end, so does quite well to keep it to just a single. So Aponzo is done for the day. 4 overs, 1 maiden, 3 for 8. Very impressive figures from him. And the Lightning need 21 from 18 balls.
It's an impossible shot.
Sometimes creativity and innovation are all it takes to achieve the impossible. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.
Things winding down here. Shaifuddin, 2 overs for 3. He's back. Another single taken. Not long more to go. 17 deliveries remain. 20 runs to get. Can Chava and Siddiqui work the singles and just continue to keep the scoreboard moving? Maybe they'll need a big hit or 2 just to relieve the pressure. Or will the Fire keep them contained? Playing a miss from Chaitanya Chava. Dot balls are like gold at this stage for the Atlanta Fire. $20 to win from 16. Chavo, we've seen a boundary from him. Down the ground, full toss in the end. It eludes everything, including Hanshard Hamilton, and it races away for 4. So unfortunate there for the Atlanta Fire. But the Atlanta Lightning will applaud. They'll cheer for every bit of runs they can. They move up to 90. So it was a low full toss, a loopy delivery from Shaifuddin. Races away for 4. So Chava, 16 to win from 15. In the air, down the ground, over the head of Corne Dry. And 6 more. Chaitanya Chava with a 4 and now a 6. And just like that, the Atlanta Lightning are back in control of the game. I said in the last over how it can change in an instant. And Chaitanya Chava has certainly done that. A boundary, and now going down the ground over the head of Corne Dry. And now it's 10 to win from 14 balls. The Lightning are close. Worked away. It's another full toss down the leg side. But Palmer is able to come around. They'll get a couple more. And it's a big over this, an ill-advised time to be bowling full tosses here from Shaifuddin. Has been off radar, it's fair to say. He's conceded 13 in this over. And Chaitanya Chava, we saw 4 byes. And then the 6. And now 2 from Chaitanya Chava. So the runs will add up. 8 to win from 13. He just blocks it out. So Shaifuddin is able to limit the damage, but you felt it was already done in the over. 13 runs from it. And the Atlanta Lightning have brought the equation down to 8 needed from the final 2. It's 98 for 7. So Abdullah Quadri will need to bowl a big 19th over here. With 8 runs to win from the final 2. Junaid Siddiqui is on strike, but it's Chaitanya Chava who has been the man doing the damage for the Atlanta Lightning. So a big hit from Chaitanya Chava has leveled the scores here for the Atlanta Lightning. What an innings this man has played. Chava, 24 from 17, a valuable knock. Somebody needed to come in, hit a few boundaries, pile on the runs at the end for the Lightning if they were to win this game. And that's exactly what Chaitanya Chava has done. And the scores are level with 10 deliveries to go. So the Atlanta Lightning have got this one sealed. Abdullah Quadri will run in here. Chava on 24. Clips this one away, and that'll do it. So down the track, into the leg side, and Chaitanya Chava will seal the victory for the Atlanta Lightning. It wasn't easy. In the end, they lost a fair bit of wickets, 7 down, and in the 19th over. But in the end, they are able to get through in the end. What an innings from Chaitanya Chava. 25 of 18 deliveries, exactly what the Lightning needed at the very end. As you look at the scorecard, Aaron Chenshu gave them a very good start, and Chaitanya Chava gave them a very good end to chase down what wasn't a big total, but it was something to bowl at nonetheless from the Atlanta Fire, who certainly tried their best. Took a lot of wickets. Stephen Taylor was very busy. Aponzo as well. Zia Shazad bowled quite well, but you felt there just wasn't enough runs on the board for the bowlers to defend. And Chaitanya Chava, Junaid Siddiqui putting together a 35-run partnership, more importantly, it came off 26 balls. So it was very productive in very quick time to seal the victory for the Atlanta Lightning, who win by 3 wickets. The Atlanta Fire, they tried their best. They took wickets early on, but just not enough. So the Atlanta Lightning will walk away with 2 points. They'll go up to 4. And it'll be more pressure here on the Atlanta Fire, who will be looking for a better result tomorrow. And these two teams meet yet again, with the Lightning having taken first blood. They will go 1-0 over the Atlanta Fire, and we'll be looking to do the double over their Atlanta rivals. Do join us here again tomorrow afternoon when the Atlanta Fire take on the Atlanta Lightning. Until then, it's Matthew Achaiba signing off with the Atlanta Lightning victorious. So Amila comes back, and what a grab that is, that slip. Stephen Taylor. And another one. So Amila Aponzo is causing some damage. Big shot from Aaron Chenshu. Realize that bit of momentum goes again. This one looked like it came off the bat even better. Down the ground. This is lovely from Aaron Chenshu. 6 more. Pulled away again. Considering he got the double strike and hasn't balled back since. That one has been hammered but taken. A brilliant catch out in the deep. Shazad is back. Big shot. And it's gone a long way for 6 from Prasad Murthy. Oh, well, is that spectacular? It is. It's Stephen Taylor again. Gets this one away. It'll run away to the boundary. So oh, has he gotten the edge? Yes, he has. Abdullah Quadri strikes back in some fashion. Shazad will finish up. And it's gone straight up in the air. Should be an easy chance, and it's taken. So another wicket falls here. Zia Shazad strikes. It was Aaron Chenshu, just didn't push on. Carved up and over. That's a very good shot from Chaitanya Chava. 16 Chava. We've seen a boundary from him. Down the ground. Full toss in the end. It eludes everything, including Hanshard Hamilton, and it races away for 4-15. In the air, down the ground, over the head of Corney Dry, and 6 more. Chaitanya Chava.
You're watching the 2024 Minor League Cricket Championship presented by Yash Technologies.
Even the best in the business needs a strategic partner to help them win. Yash Technologies, more than what you think.